The area that I chose for my service learning project was environmental issues, specifically the availability of healthy foods and the knowledge of different plants' health benefits. Volunteering at the UCF Arboretum helped address these issues as we worked in the various gardens, maintaining and growing different vegetables and spices, as well as eventually picking, washing, and weighing them before they were delivered to the night's pantry. Research done by Temple University and the Wisconsin Hope Lab has discovered that approximately 36% of students on U.S. college campuses are considered food insecure, meaning that they do not get enough to eat. These statistics break down even further, with 46% of community college students and 40% of four-year college students reporting an inability to pay for balanced meals. The purpose of the Arboretum Gardens and their supplying the night's pantry with fresh vegetables and produce is to help combat these statistics, as well as ensure that students don't have to decide between buying their textbooks and buying groceries, while also figuring out who they really are and how they fit into the world. As a volunteer for the UCF Arboretum, I logged into their Night Connect page and had the option to sign up for a variety of different shifts. Most of my time was spent working at the community farm gardens and greenhouse, or the pollinator gardens. Going into this project, I was a little skeptical as to what I could really do while working in these gardens. It had been a while since I had done much yard work, as recent leases in the state of Florida had provided my family with lawn services, and I have been living in an apartment since my arrival at UCF. All I really knew how to do was not kill an aloe plant, arguably one of the more resilient forms of succulents, and I'd really only managed to do that moderately well. However, I was pleasantly surprised, as the interns the Arboretum had leading the shifts knew exactly what they were doing and how to explain it to us in layman's terms. While I was there, we learned how to prune, propagate, and transplant seedlings, as well as practice organic pest maintenance. Regardless of the time of day my shift was, there was always some important work to be doing in order to keep up with the demands of running multiple gardens and a greenhouse. All in all, I found the work to be therapeutic, as once you knew what you were doing, there was a lot of repetition in the movements, and it took my mind off of the stressors of my everyday life. The best way to explain the Arboretum's gardens was like an outdoor classroom. Every day we learn new things about the plant life around us, such as what could be easily grown in the Florida heat, what was more edible raw, or had to be cooked down before it was eaten. There was discussion of recipes, as we were allowed to take home some produce at the end of our shifts, and many of the students volunteering there had never lived on their own, let alone cooked for themselves before coming to school. Working in these gardens and talking to the other students there helped make what I was learning in class more real, and opened my eyes to the intricacies of people that I might ordinarily assume were just like me. Instead, I saw that while we were all at UCF to continue our educations, we all came from different backgrounds and were struggling with reconciling different parts of our identities with what society had previously told us was okay and that we were expected to become. Starting out, I wasn't sure that I was going to get what my professor wanted out of this project, but as time went on, I realized that sometimes a little bit of sweat and a lot of dirt can go a long way into revealing who people truly are.